Today guys, I want to talk to you about a very special director of the film industry. This director has come up with some of the most original ideas in film history. He's got our respect, he's got our admiration, and to a lot of us, he's become somewhat of a father. Wait, what am I talking about? No, I want to talk to you about fuckstain Paul W.S. Anderson. You know guys, I didn't think it was possible for me to hate this guy any more than I already do, and have done for many years. Now, hate's a strong word. I guess I severely hate what he's done. Now before I continue, this video is not going to be edited, so this is just therapy for me, and there's going to be a lot of swearing in this video, so if you're not a fan of the bad language, best click off now. Some of you know this, some of you don't, but I've never really got on with Paul W.S. Anderson, and in fact one of my earliest YouTube videos has already covered this.
Paul Anderson has a way with taking our hopes and dreams and our most fond memories of Mortal Kombat, Resident Evil, Aliens, the Predator franchise, and just do this. Alright.
I just don't like his work. And I know it's fairly divisive to a certain extent that, you know, some people like what he's done with Resident Evil. A lot more people, I think it's fair to say, hate what he's done with Resident Evil, myself included. Now, he's come up with something this is why I hate him even more. I guess I do hate this prick, I really do. In case you don't know what this guy looks like, here's a snapshot. Smug, arrogant bastard, isn't he? Now this 2-bit prick, son of a bitch, rat bastard actually attended New York Comic Con recently, and I'm fairly late on this news guys. I wasn't actually going to do this video, but walking home from work today I thought fuck it, I gotta do it, just as I said before, some kind of therapy. Now I'm going to give you the article in just a second and quote it to you as I go through, but just before, you know, when I read this for the first time, I looked down at the words, what he said, and it was just like rubbing salt in the wound. You know, he's bringing out the latest and last, supposedly, Resident Evil film, and it was just to me, it was like, here's the last film, thank you for your money, and I don't give a fuck about the lore, as you already knew, bye bye. It was the straw that broke the camel's back. Anyway, here's the article. Now I'm not going to be reading every part of this article, just the parts that matter, so here we go from top to bottom. Anderson pointed out that this is the 6th movie in the franchise, all created with the same people behind the camera and in front of the camera. It's been an incredible ride, and a lucrative one. The first 5 movies have already made more than $1 billion, far more than any other video game turned movie franchise in history. There's a reason for that, Anderson said. This movie is made by people who genuinely adored the video game, he said. No one would ever dream of adapting War and Peace without reading the book. But somehow, people have the hubris to adapt a video game without having ever played it or knowing what the fans like about it. Now there's some of you out there that like these films, and I can respect that. I respect your opinion. I don't understand it, but I respect it. I mean, I respect it just about, because in my opinion, every single one of you who likes these films, you're fucking wrong. I told you I wasn't going to pull any punches, alright? That's just my opinion, alright? I'm quite opinionated when I want to be. I just don't understand why you like the films. Unless, okay, you've played a few Resident Evil games or something like that, you've not really invested yourself in the story, and you just like the film series just for the kick-ass entertainment side of things, and, you know, just the popcorn value, you know? You switch off and you watch it, and, you know, it provides some level of entertainment, and I can get down with that, it does, to a certain degree. But in terms of attaching that fucking title, Resident Evil, it's a bastardization is what it is. It's a bastardization. Now, in my opinion, what have I seen? I've seen Resident Evil, I've seen, Apocalypse, the second film, I've seen the third one, can't remember, what's that, Extinction? I can't fucking remember. And I've seen the fourth film. I think I've even seen the fifth. I don't know how many films there are. Is there 7? Is this the 7th one coming out now? I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? I've just totally fucked that. The first film was alright. As a Resident Evil film, it was shit, but it had some aspects in there. I'm not talking about the zombies, I'm not talking about the liquor, who fucking got bigger just because it had some fresh DNA. But as a film, with some hints of the original game in there, yeah, it was quite cool, and there was some camera angles there, which was pretty cool. I thought, oh, that's pretty decent. But it wasn't Resident Evil. It wasn't Resident Evil. I mean, the music was another thing as well. Now, the music on its own, I've got the actual soundtrack for Resident Evil. It's a fucking kick-ass soundtrack. I love it. But, you compare that music to Resident Evil's, especially the remake. What the fuck? You know what I mean? In terms of Resident Evil 2, you know what? I was down with the Nemesis until he brought out his, minigun. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And they've even adapted that through a couple of the games. Like Capcom have actually taken that in their stride. And I was like, oh my god, Paul Anderson has properly fucked Capcom in the ass. The third film was, fucking, I can't remember it. Something about the desert. It was. I think I remember being bored. The fourth film was alright in terms of entertainment, but it was still shit. Now I despise these games because I'm a huge Resident Evil fan from day one, and I invest my time in these games. You know what I mean? I know the characters, I know the story, I know the games. It's a franchise, it's a series dear to my heart. But I don't know why people like this series. I really don't. Now, I'm sure this video is going to get a lot of dislikes, and that's absolutely fine. I'm not doing this video for likes or dislikes. This is, again, me just getting my therapeutic session out there. And a lot of people, they're going to disagree with me. Some people, let's go back to that article. It's made billions of dollars. Why is that? Because Resident Evil has a certain name attached. People like to go there to just switch off. It's not, it's a Saturday night film. Isn't it? It's a Saturday night film. It's a film you switch off to. But it's just generated a lot of money, and I think it's because people go to these films expecting, look, maybe it's going to be different this time, or maybe it's because there's a lot of people out there who actually like it, want to go down there with their girlfriends, whatever, and have a bit of a cheap thrill. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. It's a cheap thrill kind of series, isn't it? And that's fine. It's just the name attached. If anyone says that the Resident Evil films are a true representation of the game, I get a little bit angry. And I've basically heard that before a few times. It's one of those things where when I hear it or when I see it in comments, I can't say nothing, because if I do, I'm not going to stop, and I'm going to create a flame war, and I don't want that. People are entitled to their opinions. But in my opinion, unless you just like it for the core value of switch off, enjoy, then you're wrong. I'm sorry, this is not Resident Evil. This never has been Resident Evil. And back onto Paul Anderson. Smug, arrogant bastard. At the end of the day, business is business. Use a gun, I use a fountain pen. What's the difference? Bit of a diehard quote for you there, guys. But business is business, right? Which means, I've heard that to succeed in business, whether it's building up your own empire, being a director, in the case of Paul W.S. Anderson, crushing lore, then you've got to be ruthless. You've got to be selfish. And in my opinion, Paul Anderson has done this so that he can just get more wealthier and live the good life. And you know what? I can't actually blame him. It's just unfortunate that he's picked our series to do this on. Not only that, he's picked the Aliens series, a beloved series, a beloved lore. Predator, again, beloved. Dead or Alive, I don't know, is it beloved? I mean, I absolutely love Dead or Alive 4, and I've played the previous games as well, and Dead or Alive 5. But, Dead or Alive 4, and I've played the previous games as well, 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 and I've played the previous ga But you know, that film was just I actually like watching the film, I'll be honest. It's a guilty pleasure. It's a shit film, but it's a guilty pleasure. You know, I like watching it with my fiance. So, you know, it's something we can get down with, you know what I mean? Again, it's a switch off film. Seeing that article just made me angry, and I had to make a video about it. Comment down below what you think about this motherfucker. Comment down below about what you think about this article, and comment down below if you love Resident Evil films or despise them. I don't want any shit comments. I don't want any shit going down in the comments is what I mean. I don't want any anger going down. Just be respectful if you are going to comment. And I'm going to leave it there, guys. That's actually helped. Fuck you, Paul.